So there, I have just seen a car drive through a house in the opening scene. Right, so I'm watching The Nice Guys. This is a movie that I was going to watch when it came out in cinemas a long time ago. Well, it's not that long ago, but it's years ago now that this came out. And I was going to see it in the cinemas, but I never got a chance to. I can't remember what the reason was, but I never got a chance to. And once it came out of cinemas, I never got around to watching it. Never got around to watching it. So now, oh, there's nudity. Now I'm watching this for the first time. I love buddy cop movies. I love the whole Bad Boys trilogy. Love the Rush Hour trilogy. I love the Lethal Weapon movies. The Other Guys, that was a good one. And there's a few others that I really enjoyed. I love buddy cop movies. They're a great subgenre of action comedies. And there's not enough of them nowadays. There used to be a fair amount of them. But now I don't feel like there's enough of them. And I think the world needs more buddy cop movies. But I also like rewatching old ones. This is not rewatching though. This is me watching for the first time. And I should have watched this a while ago, but I never did. But finally I am. It stars Russell Crowe and Ryan Gosling. Sorry, almost pronounced that completely wrong. Takes place in 1970s LA, and they're investigating a missing girl and the death of a porn star. Sounds strange. One of the things I love about buddy cop movies is the comedy side of it. I love the action. I love, like, the fight scenes, the villains, a lot of the sequences. There's normally some good chase scenes in it. But I love the comedy element to it because obviously it's two cops. Might not be two cops, but it's usually like two people, usually cops or detectives, and they don't get along. So they argue with each other all the time, but they have to work together to take down the villain or, succeed in the investigation or whatever they're doing. And they just don't get along, and the arguments that go along with it, I just find that really entertaining. And when it's done well, it's done really well, like the Rush Hour movies. So yeah, I expect this one to be a bit more serious, just based on the cast and the tone. But I still expect quite a bit of funny scenes. But the opening scene was no joke. They definitely don't know each other at the start of this movie. I mean, Russell Crowe just broke into Ryan Gosling's house and beat him up, telling him to stop looking for Amelia. I think Amelia's the porn star who died or didn't die. And he's a private investigator. He's been tasked by Amelia's aunt to try and track her down. But Russell Crowe was hired to stop him from searching for her. But Russell Crowe's just been attacked by other people who are also looking for Amelia. Contrast, because when Gosling was being interrogated, he gave up immediately, like, who hired him to track down Amelia. But now Russell Crowe is getting beaten up, and they're trying to make him to tell them where's Amelia, and he's just like, I don't know Amelia. The difference, two types of people. The stronger type that doesn't give the information up no matter what, and the weaker type that just gives it up after a little bit of pain. The toilet scene is so funny. Basically, after getting attacked, Russell Crowe realizes that they need to find Amelia, so he goes back to Ryan Gosling, and he wants to find Amelia, so he tries to ask him for help. He's trying to be a nice guy now. I guess that's where the title comes from. He wasn't very mean. He broke his arm, actually, but now he wants to be the nice guy. But, like, he goes to meet him when he's in the toilet. So he opens the door, and Russell Crowe broke his arm, so, like, he's a bit, like, triggered by it. He's holding a gun in one of his arms. He's got a newspaper covering his private area because there's another man standing there. And he's trying to hold the door open as well at the same time, the door that automatically closes. And I feel like they maybe spent a little too long on that scene, but it was funny. Of course, Gosling's daughter likes Russell Crowe. She's like, you get paid to beat people up? Can you beat my friend up, please? I got $30. I keep calling him by their actor names, but yeah, it's just a force of habit. But yeah, I'm liking it so far. It's interesting. So you get one guy who beats people up for a living and another guy who's an investigator for a living, and they both got to find Amelia because there's bad people looking for Amelia. So these nice guys have got to find her first. I see. So the person at the start, the nude scene where a person died of in a car crash, that was a porn star, a famous porn star, well, fictional obviously. that died. And Amelia somehow connected. Amelia had a boyfriend who was a porn filmmaker. This is the way I'm connecting the dots, but yeah, Amelia's gone missing. She's run away or something. So she has something to do somehow with this porn star's death. That's what I'm guessing. But Amelia's somehow involved with all the porn stuff. This is a very intriguing movie. The most explicit buddy cop movie I've seen. The movie is strange. Like, why is Ryan Gosling's underage daughter at this party with adult film stars? So what's going on? And she's investigating as well. She's asking about Amelia. I'm not going to explain every scene, but there's a lot of these scenes where I'm just like, what is going on? This is so weird. But I'm intrigued to see where this is going, because so far they've made no progress in this investigation. They found the dead body of Sid Shattuck, who did a scene with Amelia. So Amelia's co-star, Amelia's boyfriend, and a fellow porn star who was also knew Amelia, they're all connected to Amelia and they're all dead. This investigation is escalating. We met someone in a black car, and I thought this was the main villain because he tried to kidnap Gosling's daughter, try to trick her and lock her in the car because she claims to be Amelia's sister to try and get information, and they ended up with him. And I thought, like, this is the main villain. I thought, oh, this is a sinister guy. And then we see Amelia, and this guy's about to kill Amelia. Like, Amelia's there, she's outside, she needs her car. So the guy's like reaching with his gun through the car door, and then Gosling's daughter just smashes the door in his hand, which causes him to miss the shot, and she runs away with Amelia, and then the villain goes after... I thought this is the main villain, but it's not. He goes after them. Ryan Gosling goes after him because he realizes what's going on. Russell Crowe's fighting this guy that attacked him earlier in the movie, and then once he's done with this fight, he's also on the chase after them as well. It's all chaos, and then this guy gets hit by a van at full speed. I'm just like, what? Just a random van, not involved in anything. After this, Gosling's daughter goes up to the villain because she wants to help him. And Amelia clearly, something wrong with this guy. Amelia is clearly scared of him. Amelia runs away, so I've lost Amelia again. And yeah, but he died. Russell Crowe killed him. But before he died, he told Russell Crowe that, I've forgotten the name already, but there's a guy, he's flying in, he's coming to kill the private investigator and his daughter and his family, and he's going to kill you next. He's going to kill you all. So whoever the main villain is, he's coming. Why are they targeting the people behind this film? Amelia's mother works for the Department of Justice. Interesting how the daughter asked Russell Crowe, did you kill that man? Because he did. Like, after he said he's going to kill everyone, he smothered him. And he hid it. He told her to go away to go and find someone to help, and she killed him while doing that. And she's smart. She kind of like she asked him, like, did you kill him? He was like, no, and she's like, I knew you wouldn't do something like that. You have too much faith in him. But clearly she's kind-hearted, as this movie has shown so far. But obviously, being that kind-hearted can also be a downfall. How the two of these guys have different morals in both good and bad ways. Like Ryan Gosling's character, he's willing to lie to get more money. Like, he's being paid to find this girl, but he's willing to, like, do certain things, like act like you're working hard, in a few days ask for more money when you don't need to. Swindle people for money, try and scam them basically, even though you're doing the job, but you're asking for too much money to do it and you're making excuses. And Russell Crowe's like, I'm not lying to her, what are you doing? But on the other hand, Russell Crowe's willing to kill people, so that's just intriguing. Also, in the daughter as well, the daughter like is kind of on like Ryan Gosling's wavelength of try and get more money, but she also wouldn't agree with killing. She would want to help people. So yeah, that's interesting. Like, one side is willing to steal money, the other side is willing to kill, and both sides see the other thing as wrong, but they're both kind of wrong. This movie is chaotic and funny. They get a lead into a hotel. They go up the elevator. They come out. There's a guy choking to death. There's a guy being shot, thrown out a window. And they get back in the elevator slowly and just go back down again. Great comedic timing. And also, Amelia then lands on their car. but not dead. She lands in the car alive. I don't know how high she jumped from, but she survived. And then she tried to shoot them and knocked herself out from shooting them. What's going on? Amelia says her mother's behind the deaths. Like there's a court case that she's messed up, and they made a porn film where they hid inside the story. They didn't hide it. They wanted to like expose her through the porn film. So the porn film would get people to watch it in theaters, and they would show a message that would expose everything her mum did, and her mum's killing people because of it, to stop this porn film coming out. So this is not the sort of buddy cop movie I expected, but yeah, it's a little bit crazy. But also her mother hired them as well afterwards. But then I thought, oh, maybe that's because she wanted them to find her for her, so she can then kill her. That's possible. And also, Ryan Gosling called her assistant, her mother's assistant, and told her where Amelia is. I'm just like, why would you trust people right now? He probably fancies her, but why would you trust people right now? I feel like that's going to end badly. Like, they're going to find Amelia now. Like, it sounds like Amelia's story is believable, but then she thinks that her mother's part of this big Western government conspiracy that's related to pollution and climate change. It just makes her sound crazy. Like, obviously there's climate change, pollution. That's a good thing to protest about. But like, she believes there's some conspiracy and her mum's part of it, and it's all connected to this film. I'm just like, okay, she kind of sounded like she's saying the truth until she sounded a bit crazy. Ryan Gosling, the idiot, told them where Amelia was. Now there's someone here, and Ryan Gosling and Russell Crowe are somewhere else doing something else, because the person he told has them doing an errand, transferring 100 grand somewhere. So it's played into their hands. Gosling, you've messed it up. They got back in time, and the shootout. Oh, damn. Oh, that just happened. That just happened. This movie's unpredictable. Like, you don't know what's around the corner. What just happened? The guy, I'm assuming the guy, the big bad guy, he flew in. He got to their house while they were out, but they got back in time to save everyone, although daughter's friend got thrown out the window. But still, like, you know, they saved them, but Amelia didn't trust them and she just ran away. And just now, like after the scene, like the police came, so the guy ran away. But Amelia also ran away. But the guy who was driving along the road, he saw Amelia. Amelia flagged down him. Amelia didn't realize who she was flagging down. Escaped thinking she'd be more safe without the two guys, but instead she tried to flag down a car, a stranger's car, and it turned out to be the villain who was trying to kill her. And he just shoots her. He just shoots her and drives off. That's it. All of that running, all of that, and she dies instantly. Just like that. Just unpredictably just dead. Just like that. After all that build-up, after all of that storytelling, she's dead just like that. Mad. And her mum could be behind it. And there's still like 20 minutes left in the movie. Definitely expected it to be more serious. They couldn't protect Amelia. All they can do now is try and find justice, but they couldn't do the job they were paid to do. They technically found her, but unreal. Of how he's still asking for investigation money from the auntie at a discounted rate to find justice for Amelia. So they found out that actually there's a copy of the film somewhere that exposes everything. So now they've got to find this film to find justice. Interesting. Harley is pretty crazy. You got the mother's assistant and the main villain, I guess. Probably the mother actually, but that main guy that came to their house. He's trying to. They're trying to get a hold of the film. They found a copy of the film. They're trying to air this film at an event. Meanwhile, obviously the villains are trying to destroy this film. And meanwhile, the two nice guys and the daughter, who's now involved, Holly, they're trying to get the film so they can help Amelia, you know, get justice for her. Russell Crowe, Healy. I've learnt the names. Ooh, Russell Crowe's he's about to kill the villain, and Holly stops him. He's like, if you kill him, I'm never speaking to you again. Even in this intense battle, she has morals. Yeah, the movie's not over yet, but you know, pretty much the climax of it has gone, and it's good. It's a pretty good movie. I quite enjoyed it. I'd give this a 7.5 out of 10. I had a good time. I didn't love it, but I had a good time. The characters were interesting. A very weird sort of investigation type, but yeah, an interesting movie in both good and bad ways. But it definitely worth the watch, I think. Very weird, but I like the 70s vibe as well to it. That was good, and I think the actors, the cast in general, did a good job of portraying the characters. I think this worked. The movie ends and they got a new case. Someone thinks, I've forgotten already. This happened like a minute ago, but something related to Linda Carter, aka Wonder Woman. But yeah, there's no sequel to this as far as I know, but I feel like they probably planned it. I don't know, it just seems like they would have wanted to, but I don't know for sure. But yeah, this was pretty good. It wasn't amazing, but it was pretty good, and I quite liked it. Definitely the weirdest buddy cop movie I've seen, that's for sure. But yeah, well worth to watch. So that was this episode. This was your boy Davidoff. Please like, share, subscribe. Thanks for watching. Have a good day, and goodbye.
Should go, no, I don't wanna let you down.